All right, now this next performer, I've always wanted to introduce her, and has nothing to do with Montezuma's Revenge. Or at least after her set, you might change her mind. But so she goes by a nickname I gave her, or somebody else gave her, but I like to use it a lot. Start walking this way. The notorious BTD.
Good evening, everyone. So I'm a walker, and back in 2020, COVID year, I walked every single day, rain or shine, I walked. And then after COVID year, I stopped walking. And I just couldn't get into the routine and all that until this week, when my good friend Jana invited me to go for a walk, and it kind of kick-started my walking. And while I was on a walk this week, my phone didn't ring. It did that little tweet that let me know that I had a text coming in. And the text was from a little-known resource called Heaven's News. And the headline said, "Forrest Gump dies and goes to heaven." And this is what happened. So Forrest Gump is at the pearly gates and met by St. Peter himself. But the gates were closed. He couldn't get in. So he goes to the gatekeeper, and St. Peter says, "Forrest Gump, we've heard all about you. We're so happy to see you, but I've got to tell," this is St. Peter, "I've got to tell you, the place is filling up fast, and so we've instituted an admissions examination. And you have to pass, it's a short test, but you have to pass the test in order to get into heaven." And Forrest Gump says, "Oh, shucks, you know, it's so nice to be here, so nice to see you, St. Peter. But, you know, nobody ever told me there was an entrance exam, a test to get into heaven. I'm not good at taking tests, so I don't know what I'm going to do." And St. Peter says, "Oh, don't worry about it, Forrest. It's an easy test, only 3 questions. The first is, how many days of the week begin with T? And then, how many seconds in a year? And finally, what's the first name of God?" So poor Forrest is like, oh, "Sir, I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm going to be able to answer those questions. I got to go think about this, I got to go." So Forrest goes away, and he goes off and finds a bench somewhere and sits down, and he's thinking and comes back the next day, and St. Peter sees him. "Forrest, come on over. So, do you have the answer to those questions yet?" Oops. Getting my characters mixed up. So Forrest says, "Well, you know, I'll think about it, and you know, that first question, how many days of the week begin with T? I got that answer. It's today and tomorrow." St. Peter is wild. He's like, "Well, you know, that's not what I expected. It's not what I meant, but you know, you have a point, so I'm going to give you credit for that one. How about the next question? How many seconds in a year?" And Forrest shuffling his feet, and he's like, "I'm terrible with math. I'm so hard with numbers. And, you know, I'll think about that, and I'll think about that a long, long time. And I came up with an answer, and it has to be 12. 12? 12? How did you come up with 12 for seconds in the year? 12 seconds in a year. How did you come up with that?" "Well, there's January 2nd, February 2nd, are right about that. And how about the final question? How about the first name of God? Aw, shucks, that's easy. It's Andy. Andy, how'd you come up with that? I can understand how you came up with the answers to questions 1 and 2, but how'd you come up with Andy? Well, I just remembered that song. Andy walked with me, Andy talked with me, Andy talking his own. He said, run, Forrest, run!
The notorious BTD.